Distinguished guests, please stand if you are able. Her Excellency, the Right Honourable Dame Cindy Kiro, Governor-General of New Zealand.
Ko te amarangi ki mua, ko te hāpai o ki mui. Ia tau I hōna mana ki tanga ki runga ki tēnā o tāta. E hōnore he kuroria he mau ngārongo ki runga ki te mato o te whenua, te whakaro pai ki ngā tangata katoa. Arohaina ngā teina, me ngā tuakana, e noho nei rungi te whakaro o tahi, pai mai.
Please be seated. Tēnei whetū ki te rangi, ka mau tonu, ka mau tonu. Tēnei tāngata ki te whenua, ngaro noa, haere atu rā. Nau mai, piki mai, tauti mai, ki te whare o te kāwana tianara. Ko ngā tauwhiritanga o te wā ki a koutou, ki a tātou, I tēnei rangi, tēnā tātou katoa. Distinguished guests, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to Government House, Auckland for today's investiture ceremony. I'd like to specifically acknowledge Mr. Joe Harawira, our kaumātua, and Mrs. Pauline Hopa, our kuia. Hosting investiture ceremonies is one of the most important duties I perform on behalf of His Majesty, the King of New Zealand. I'm delighted to bring together such an extraordinary group of New Zealanders. You have each brought pride and a greater sense of well-being to Aotearoa New Zealand through your outstanding achievements and your service to our communities. On behalf of all New Zealanders, I extend my sincerest thanks to you for your contributions. After each recipient is honoured, I invite you to join with me in congratulating them. Mr. Ward Carmel will now summon the recipients and read their citations.
Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr. Bill Holland of Tauranga, for services to community governance and philanthropy. Bill Holland helped found the Acorn Foundation in 2003 and chaired it until 2011. He remains an ambassador for the organisation, which has gifted more than $16.5 million to the community. He became a trustee of the Tauranga Energy Community Trust in 2012 and is current chairperson. He is a trustee of the Assisting Different Abilities People's Trust, ADAPT, playing a key role in acquiring a site to build homes for individuals with intellectual disabilities, and the Right Family Foundation. He was a founding trustee of the Legacy Trust and remains involved in the Trust's distributions of more than $3.5 million to date. Mr. Holland received one of 3 inaugural life memberships granted to the founding ambassadors of the Community Foundation of New Zealand. Mr. Bill Holland, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of an Officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Associate Professor Rohan Amiritunga of Auckland for services to immunology. Associate Professor Rohan Amiritunga formally established the Starship Hospital Immunology Service for Children. Realising older primary immunodeficiency disorder, PID, patients needed care from specialist adult immunologists, he lobbied for funding for the Auckland Hospital and a specialised service was created. He has been a qualified specialist immunopathologist and the clinical lead of the Diagnostic Immunology Laboratory at Auckland Hospital for 30 years. He established a PID diagnostic genetic service in Lab Plus Auckland. Under his leadership, the team have adopted new technologies not available elsewhere in Australasia. With his team, he has discovered 2 new gene mutations causing CVID-like disorders. He is a medical panel member of Allergy New Zealand. Associate Professor Amiritunga was Vice Chair of the Immune Deficiency Foundation of New Zealand. Associate Professor Rohan Amiritunga, please come forward. Ms. Amanda Blair of Taupo for services to the geothermal industry and women. Well, Andrea Blair co-founded Upflow, a geothermal consultancy, research and innovation company which provides expert knowledge and solutions to the global industry. She is Upflow's current Director of Business and Innovation. She was a Director and President of the International Geothermal Association Netherlands, which advocates and promotes sustainable utilisation and development of geothermal resources worldwide. She represented the organisation globally, including at COP26, the 2021 United Nations Climate Change Conference. She was the Geothermal Business Development Lead for New Zealand, working to develop large projects with positive impacts on local economies, communities and the environment. She served on the board of Enterprise Great Lake Taupo. Ms. Blair co-founded and was global chair of the international movement Women in Geothermal Wing and remains a global board member. Ms. Andrea Blair, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr. Philip Lamb of Auckland for services to martial arts. Well, Philip Lamb was an early introducer of Kung Fu into New Zealand in 1975, training students in central Auckland, before introducing Muay Thai and Thai boxing and expanding training centres in Auckland and nationally. He founded Liga Kung Fu and Liga Thai Boxing and was pivotal in bringing martial arts into the mainstream. He developed Muay Thai without sponsorship, bringing trainers out from Thailand and personally funding training camps, publicity, training gear, travel costs and clothing. He has personally funded tournaments across New Zealand and tours to tournaments internationally. Mr. Lamb has supported students facing hardship, offering accommodation, food and financial support in order to foster talent. Mr. Philip Lamb, please come forward. Mrs. Fleur Corbett of Kerikeri for Services to Conservation. Well, Fleur Corbett was a founding member and chair of the Guardians of the Bay of Islands. Together with Mana Whenua and Doc, the Guardians spearheaded Project Island Song, which has worked to restore 7 islands of Ipipiri in the eastern Bay of Islands by eradicating pests from the islands, keeping them pest-free, restoring habitat and reintroducing native species. Mrs. Corbett ensured Project Island Song had a well-established learning program in collaboration with local schools. She was critical in establishing and maintaining a network of pest control on the mainland coastline. Mrs. Corbett's leadership has led to an active volunteer base dedicated to preserving the Bay of Islands' natural heritage. Mrs. Fleur Corbett, please come forward. Mr. Sam Lewis of Te Awamutu for Services to Business and the Community. Well, Sam Lewis owns a dry stock farm in the Waikato region and previously in the King Country. He was treasurer of Waikato Federated Farmers, supporting and mentoring vulnerable farmers through economic reforms. He chairs AFCO New Zealand Limited, a leading meat processor. He is director of Open Country New Zealand and a former director of FMG Insurance. He helped fundraise $2 million for Gracelands Community Trust, now Enrich Plus, which supports and enables young people and adults with disabilities to engage in employment or contribute to their communities. Through AFCO and Open Country sponsorship, Mr. Lewis has supported the charitable trust ComSafe, focused on building a safer and healthier community. Mr. Sam Lewis, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the King's Service Medal, Mr. Tupuna Kaiaruna of Auckland, for services to the Cook Islands community and performing arts. Tupuna Kaiaruna is a musician and composer who has helped to teach and preserve Cook Islands language and performance arts. He was youth leader of the Enua Manu Atiu Nui Mā Ruarua Society. He has led and tutored Atiu Enua teams to success in numerous competitions. He taught a group of Cook Islands youth who performed for the 1990 Commonwealth Games opening. He has led the Atiu Cultural Group, which hosts a Cook Islands dance competition in Auckland. He has helped compose and performed in Cook Islands musical productions. Mr. Kaiaruna has composed and taught songs for the annual Gospel Weekend event. Mr. Tupuna Kaiaruna, please come forward. Your Excellency, the investiture has concluded.
New Zealand's honours system is our highest public affirmation of outstanding individual achievement. It reinforces those things that make our society better: service, manaakitanga, and the pursuit of excellence. To our recipients, it has been a privilege to hear your stories. You have each used your talents and abilities to improve the lives of fellow New Zealanders. In doing so, you embody the sentiment expressed by American writer Joseph Campbell when he said, "One way or another, we all have to find what best fosters the flowering of our humanity in this life, and dedicate ourselves to that." I urge recipients to wear your insignia with pride at every opportunity, knowing that you inspire others by your example. On behalf of the King of New Zealand and all New Zealanders, I congratulate you on your achievements, and I thank you once again for your service to our country. Kia ora. I huhu mai nei I tēnei rā tātou katoa. Now you will see on the back of your program the words to the national anthem in te reo and in English. I now invite you to stand with me and join in singing these.